his blurry face, and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out.
Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I'm back with a My 2 Cent video. And today we're actually going to be looking at 4 stories this time. One is from last week, and the other ones are just recently that came out, though. So we'll start off with the first part of our video, part 1 of our My 2 Cent, and we'll be talking about Super Mario Run, though. I'm sure most of you are aware right now that the game was announced exclusively for the time being, though, for the iPhone, though, although it will be coming to Android next year. And to me, as a longtime Nintendo fan, part of me kind of felt like I never thought this day would come, but at the same time, part of me is not surprised by this announcement in any way, given the fact that the late Shigeru Iwata, after, purchasing, I think it was DENA, if I'm saying their name correctly, though, basically announced that they will be working on mobile stuff, though, and after what we've been seeing so far, it's been kind of interesting, though, with Miyoto and Pokemon Go, though, the obsession with that, however, and seeing Mario Go on there, it's both, at the same time, it's somewhat, or at least to me, though, it's actually kind of very interesting in a way, though, based on the footage, though. And I think to some degree, the way they designed it, though, was kind of interesting in terms of using one touch, though. Although the joke that they kind of made, the comment they made, like you could play with one hand and have your other hand doing, eating a burger and all. I mean, plenty of jokes about where that one's heading, though. And I think a lot of people, after seeing it, some were thinking like, oh, this is the direction Nintendo's going and everything. And to me, I really don't see it that way, though, okay? I think it's another avenue Nintendo is taking with this, though. Now, how well this does is going to be very interesting compared to where Pokemon Go is right now, though. I don't view it as a big deal to me, though. I mean, as interesting as that game is, it will never replace a traditional Mario game. Like games like, like Super Mario 64 or 3D World or New Super Mario Bros. U or those kind of games, though. I mean, the idea of seeing Mario on an iPhone, is a bit surprising on one hand, but at the same time, I kind of understand the direction they were going with this when they were developing the game, though, because I can't see them making a traditional Mario game for like a smartphone or a tablet or anything. I mean, to me, the controls would not be there, though. I mean, I remember trying to play Doom and the old Wolfenstein on my iPad or iPhone in general, and, well, I mean, it's playable, but it's nowhere nearly as good as having a traditional solid controls with it, though. So, to me, I have to say that it's interesting, though. It's very interesting, and it certainly is a game I will try out for my iPhone and maybe for my iPad, if they bring it over there, though. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, though. Basically, they're saying it's not for free to play, although I wouldn't be surprised if basically they do, like some more, you want to buy more levels, here's how much it's going to cost, like charge for like extra levels and all that stuff, though. As far as whether they're going to be like, how is it, though? Yeah, like, I don't see them doing like the whole, wait your turn, like wait 5 minutes or get the special diamond or jewel or anything, at least as far as I'm aware of, though. But I will say it is very interesting, though. It is a little surprising. It is to some degree, somewhat surprising, but not hugely though. I mean, I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, Shigeru Wada said that we'll never see like these characters on, smartphones and tablets, and well, boy, has time changed on that one though. So overall, I have to say it's interesting though. I don't see this in any way, Nintendo like just going mobile only, at least as far as I can tell. I think a lot of it's going to depend on let's see first what the NX does first before we decide that's it, Nintendo's just doing mobile or going third party or anything else. So it's interesting. I will say it is interesting. And that's all I'm saying about it though, okay? So anyway, that's my thought on Super Mario Run though. I'm going to take a little break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about part 2, which is my thoughts on the PS4 Pro and Slim though that Sony is releasing. Okay, so take a little break. We'll be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of my 2-cent video though. And for the second part, I'm going to be talking about the PS4 Pro and Slim. So as you all know, Sony announced those, and we are going to be seeing, I think it's November for the Pro. I could be wrong though, but I think we're going to be seeing that. While in the meantime, the Slim has come out. I don't know the whole detail of the specs though, but again, I'll have a link in the description and you can read it though. And for me though, given the PS4 I've had since the PS4 launched back in 2013, personally, I just don't see myself rushing out buying one right now, especially with the whole reports coming out with the 4K, where there are some claims that PS4 Pro will only stream videos on 4K and not display 4K or anything like that. I don't know the whole detail about that one though, but the thing is, there's no denying the fact that 4K will eventually be the new norm at some point. I mean, just like, how Blu-rays were, just like how HD TV was. So it's going to happen though, but right now I just don't see myself buying one, not to mention considering the fact that there is reports coming out of the possibility that the PS5 might come out in 2018 though. Now, assuming, and I do mean this is a big assuming though that is true. I mean, who knows though but assuming that information is correct though, I just don't see myself rushing out getting one. I mean, I just don't see why. I mean, my PS4 works fine. I have like a 2 terabyte hard drive in it though, so I don't see myself going out buying either a Pro or a Slim anytime soon right now. And if it's true that the PS5 is just around the corner though, then to me it's like, what's the point? What's the point getting one right now? Now, if for some reason my PS4 broke or anything, then yeah, that would be a different story. Then yes, I would have to go out and buy one, either the Pro or the Slim. So yeah, that's understandable, but I just don't see myself upgrading right now to this at this moment though. And it kind of makes me a little worried about the whole idea of upgrading your console or anything like that. So I'm just not buying into the whole idea of like getting a Pro or a Slim right now, alright? I mean, it to me is just not worth it though. My PS4 works just perfectly fine. I mean, it just got an update though. Again, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive. I just don't see myself rushing out right away to pick one up though, okay? Now, there are those who never bought a PS4, and obviously if you haven't, then this would probably be a good time. Although, many would say you probably better wait for the Pro rather than get the Slim, although some probably want to get or maybe opt to get the Slim. But in either case, if you haven't picked one up, then I can understand getting either a Pro or Slim. Or if your PS4 broke, then I can understand replacing it and getting either a Pro or Slim. But if your PS4 is working fine, I just don't see any rush to get one right away though, okay? But we'll have to wait and see how well it does when the Pro comes out. And I assume the Slim's out right now. I'm not 100% certain though, but whether it is or not, we'll see how well it is. See how well those two do though. But for me though, I'm just not in a hurry to get it. I really isn't. I really am not in a hurry. I mean, my PS4 is working just fine, so I don't see any reason to replace it or upgrade to the Pro or Slim anytime soon, though. Alright? So, but again, that's my take on it, though. Alright, so we're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about the recent report coming out that Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad is getting her own spin-off movie, and I'll give my thoughts about it. So, we'll take a little break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 3 of our My 2 Cent video. I hope I said that, not review. That was a little awkward if I said that. Anyway, for the third part, what I'm going to be talking about is the Harley Quinn spin-off movie. Again, link in the description so you can see for yourself. So, as you know, I thought when I saw the movie Suicide Squad, though, again, not a perfect film, but I do not believe it was the giant-ass train wreck as a lot of critics claimed it was, though. I think a lot of people will agree that one of the standout performances in that movie was Margot Robbie. If I'm saying her name correctly, if not, I apologize if I'm saying her name wrong, was Harley Quinn. And I kind of have to agree with that because I really liked her portrayment of that character, though. It almost felt like I was watching the Batman the Animated Series all over again, though, okay? I mean, yes, Will Smith's Deathshot was good as well. So were the other characters like Killer Croc and Katana. But I have to say, Harley Quinn really stole the show with that movie, though. And so now there are reports of the possibility that we are going to get a Harley Quinn spin-off movie, though, and that her studio is going to be involved with it. In fact, the report goes out that the idea is that DC will do like an all-female cast type of a movie, though. Now, I do have to say, if that's true, if assuming that is correct, though, assuming that is true, though, I do think that it could work. I'm not saying it will, and I'll get to. I'm not saying it will work, but I do think there is the possibility it could work in terms of using, female characters established in the DC universe. So I do think there is that possibility that I think that could work better than what Ghostbusters 2016 did, okay? However, at the same time, if Warner Brothers is really pushing with that idea of an all-female cast, though, let's see first how Wonder Woman does, though. I think it will do well, but if Warner Bros. Is really pushing for this Harley Quinn spinoff that stars female characters from the DC universe in it, though, the one thing I really think that Warner Brothers needs to do is to not turn this into a Ghostbusters 2016 movie, okay? I mean, yes, there are people that will take it to the extreme, and there are those that will say that female-centric movies or female-led roles don't sell tickets or anything like that. Yeah, yes. There are some who do take it to the extreme, but the one big flaw Sony did was that they alienated a whole lot of people. They took every criticism and painted it as being racist and sexist. And while there were some racist and sexist comments made, and that is true, Sony itself tried to play the victim in themselves, and that backfired on them. So if Warner Brothers is truly pushing for this Harley Quinn spinoff, though, that is one area they need to avoid, though, okay? They need to avoid turning this into a Ghostbusters 2016 kind of situation where every criticism they saw, any criticism made to it is suddenly racist and sexist. Or, Paul Feige's famous geek cultures are a bunch of assholes, though, alright? I mean, yes, there are some that take it to the extreme, and yes, some can be assholes, but for the way Paul Feig portrayed it as saying everybody part of geek culture asshole, no. So, but I will say, I do think this idea can work. A Harley Quinn spin-off movie, though. I mean, I think we're going to have Wonder Woman that's coming up. That will be, the female lead role, Gal Gadot playing that character, though. Enjoyed her character in Batman v Superman, even though it was short, though. And it will be interesting to see how it is in a standalone movie. So I am definitely looking forward to that. But I think if that movie does well and this Harley Quinn spinoff does well, then I think it can show that you can make a movie of female-centric characters that can click with audiences, both male and female moviegoers and comic book fans as well. So I am hoping that this does well. I'm hoping for success for this Harley Quinn spinoff, though. Although, for the record, I would like to see a Suicide Squad 2 first before we do a Harley Quinn spinoff. But that's my take, though. But my fingers are crossed on this one. I want it to do well. I am hoping it does well, and I'm hoping that if it's true that it's going to be female characters from the DC universe, if that's what they're doing, then I think they need to not repeat the mistakes Sony made with their all-female Ghostbuster movies, though. Okay, I think that is the one area I really think Warner Brothers needs to be very careful about. Right? Anyway, we'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll go to our last part of our video, of our My 2 Cent video, and it's going to be my thoughts on Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, take a little break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with our final video, part 4, and we're going to be talking about Ghost Rider, who's actually going to make his debut ever since the rights came back to Marvel on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, when I heard that they were going to premiere Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, I was a little surprised by this decision, though, okay? I mean, I was a little surprised, given the tone and the way Ghost Rider is set up, though. I did not think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would be the right choice. I mean, my original thought was the idea that they would put it on Netflix, the way they did with Daredevil, and we also had Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, though. And same with word about a Punisher, though. So the decision to put Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is an odd decision, in my opinion, though. Okay. Now, I'm not wailing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, though, as you can see with my shirt, though. Nothing against the DC Extended Universe or Cinematic Universe. I could like both, and I have nothing against that one, though. So, I mean, I've watched, almost all of the movies that are part of the Cinematic Universe. I'm a big fan of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though. I've stood there from the beginning, even when the show got off to a rough start, until the episode that premiered after Captain America Winter Soldier, and how that show really took off and everything. So I am a big fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm definitely looking forward to the next season 4 when it premieres, I think, on September 20th, though. I just think it's an odd choice for them to go with Ghost Rider this time around. I mean, as I said earlier, given the tone and how it is set up, though, I'm just a little bit worried to some degree how far is the network really going to go with Ghost Rider. I mean, are they going to let Marvel get away with doing some of this stuff, or are they going to end up toning it down? I mean, compared to what they do with Jessica Jones on Netflix and Daredevil, though, and compared to what they do with that, though, it does make me a little worried, though. It does make me a little worried that they might tone it down a bit too much, and that might alienate some people, though, alright? But at the same time, it is an interesting plot, and maybe this will set the stage for, the supernatural part of, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, though. I mean, as we gear up towards the upcoming, Doctor Strange movie that will use supernatural parts of it, though. So it is very interesting, though, and also a bit worried, though. So I am hoping that Marvel handles this character correctly, though. I mean, I really do hope that it's handled well, though. I mean, I remember seeing the 2007 movie with Nicolas Cage, though, and while the idea was there, it was like, I won't say it was terrible, but it wasn't great either, though. But it does have an idea for a good story, though. Now, some people don't like the way the character is being portrayed right now, or some of the still shots, or what they're going with, though, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to see what they do with it. I am hoping that they're at least able to, I'm hoping that they don't tone it down too much, though. I mean, yes, I'm aware of that, though, but I'm hoping that they portray the character really well, and I will be very interested to see how Ghost Rider is played throughout Season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or how far they're going to use him for, though. So it's certainly, in one hand, it is very interesting, though, but on the other hand, it is a little worried though of how they're going to handle this. All right. Anyway, again, I have a link on the description. You can read it yourself though. Anyway, this concludes my 2-cent video on 4 things I wanted to talk about. And again, these are my opinions. But what are yours? Are you okay with Super Mario Run? Is that an issue for you, or not so much though? Do you care that Nintendo's doing this? Do you don't care if Nintendo's doing this? Does this mark the end of Nintendo leaving the console race, or do you think some people are just going a little bit overboard with that though? And what about the PS4 Pro and Slim? Are you planning to get one? Are you not? Or do you feel like your PS4 is working fine? You have no desire to rush out though? Do you think, or have you decided you're going to wait until when Sony eventually announces the PS5? Which, let's face it, it's going to happen though. When it happens, who knows? Whether it's 2018 or not, who knows? But it is bound to happen though. So, are you going to wait for the PS5, or are you going to get the PS4 Pro Slim right off the bat though? What about the Harley Quinn spin-off movie? Are you excited for that? Are you concerned? Do you think they're going to handle it well? Do you think they're going to fuck it up big time? And what about the idea of an all-female characters, or all-female characters in a DC film, like a female-led movie though? Do you think it will work? Do you think it will fail? Do you think it will do what Ghostbusters 2016 couldn't do? Or do you think Warner Bros. Will end up making the same mistake what Sony did with Ghostbusters 2016, though? And what about Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Were you surprised by this? Were you not surprised? Are you okay with this decision to put him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Or do you think they should have gone the Netflix route like they did with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage? Do you think they should have gone that route rather than be put on ABC? Or do you think the or are you not worried about Ghost Riders on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though? Anyway, sound off on the comment section. Let me know what you think though. Again, I hope you liked the video. I would really appreciate if you hit the like button. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, alright? Alright, well, it's evening here in California, or Southern California to be exact. This concludes my 2-cent video though, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon, but until then, from Southern California, I would say have a great evening though. Bye!
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money.